And good evening. Thank you for choosing Grabs TV and the Sicko Show. I'm your host, the Matty Man. We're working on a live watch along tonight for Ring of Honor. Regular wrestling scheduled at 7 p.m. and I haven't seen anything kick off just yet here, so we're working through it to figure this out. Let me see what I'm doing wrong here, obviously. So all I've got right now is the splash screen, so we're working through that. We got 3 viewers right now. That's pretty cool. Like, comment, share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. There it goes. Now we're kicking off. Ring of Honor kicking off without a problem here now. No hitches, no glitches. We're live, new cameras, new all kinds of stuff just came in today. I've been configuring everything. We're going to see how all this plays out. So they're going through the match card right now. Harley Cameron will be in action tonight. All right. Hopefully they put a win on Harley Cameron tonight. I'm not greedy, just a win. This woman has put way too much effort into this stuff to not get rewarded. So let's see what we got going on there. The Red Velvet versus Hanako, however they call it. That ought to be a pretty damn good match, too. There's going to be some good matches tonight. Commander and QT Marshall, on the other hand, I'm going to see how that one works out, but we're not 100% sure just yet. And we're kicking off with the Women's World Television title right now. Hanako and Red Velvet kicking off the night here. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing good. We're having a good time here. We did a good stream last night, too. Had a pretty good participation. Looking for a reasonable participation. It is Ring of Honor, and I know that people don't really feel like paying the $10 a month to watch it and so on and so forth, but that doesn't mean the product is any worse or any good or anything like that. And plus, if I'm not mistaken, I think this wound up being from Asheville. So if I'm not mistaken, they are actually getting this one from Asheville last night. I could be wrong. I don't think I'm wrong on this, but Red Velvet making her way to the ring right now. The Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion, singles record of 14-3. I wouldn't be too. Hey, Stampede, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? My regulars, I love it. We have some good conversation. I've been kind of quiet today because I've been working on putting out fires and things like that at my actual job. I'm sorry, I keep calling it a shoot job, and a lot of people are like, "What's a shoot job?" Well, it's one of those scenarios where you show up for work and they shoot you every day. No, I got no complaints on it whatsoever. In fact, my shoot job is putting together a deal for me here that might actually get me out on the road, various states, and I'm going to try to plan all that around this just to see. We've got the Code of Honor kicking off here. Let's see what we've got. Trying to do that test of strength. She's like, I'm way much bigger than you. So let's just let's cut the hijinks here and let's get it together. And they are actually pitching AEW Grand Slam Australia. I'm glad to see them start pitching this a little bit, but I got a feeling, I'm not 100% sure, but I got a feeling this is going to be one of those that's Max and Dynamite instead of, I don't think they're going to make it into a full-on pay-per-view, which is kind of sad because it deserves it. especially with how the card's starting to shape up for that. Now that I'm looking at some of the stuff down the road. There we go. Red Velvet getting out of this mess. Uh-oh, big shove. Hanukkah. Hey, how are you doing? How's it going? How's it going? Let's see here. That's pretty awesome if that's, I don't know. How's it going? How's it going, Lexi? Hope everything's going well. Hope you're having a good evening. So, let's see here. We are kicking it old school around here. That's what we're doing today. Let's see here. Got no noise here. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure I confirmed a few things there. All's well, all's well, all's well. I tell you one thing I like about Red Velvet. Aside from the fact that she calls out the AEW locker room at every press scrum, which I think everybody in Ring of Honor should be doing that. It's just a thought. And I'll make that one a little bit more abundant. Saturday. All right. So, I mean, I will make it a little bit more abundant on the Saturday with the Collision watch along. But the one thing that I can say more than anything in the world is I think Red Velvet's got the goods to work the main roster, but I don't know what it is, but a lot of those women are kind of small and she's small, but we don't have any, with the Statlanders and everything else, it's like, I don't know. It's something we're going to have to take a look at, see how things go along and everything down the road. But yeah, I mean, she's definitely got guts. And as we used to say, chutzpah. That's an old word right there. But yeah, I mean, she's got everything that's needed. I'm just concerned about the size part. And I have a concern that Statlander is going to wind up being the giganta in the middle of that thing. And I'm worried that, it's stuff we talk about all the time. You know how that goes. Good deal, Lexi. Good deal. And not to be overlooked, we're going to be doing the SmackDown watch along stream tomorrow night, and I will be doing another show with our friends out there, Covalent TV. I'm going to go ahead and shout them out because we doing okay. Everything's good everywhere. Saturday is going to be crazy. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the SmackDown show. Then I'm going to pull everybody back at 3 a.m. Saturday morning. We're going to run the Wrestle Dynasty 19 show. And then 8 o'clock that night, we are going to be doing the Collision Watch Along show. And then Sunday night at 11 p.m., we're going to be live for Wrestle Dynasty. That thing has been purchased. We are good. Everything is good. So we have everything in line here. And we're going to do Monday Night Raw. And I'm discussing with myself right now the logistics of then we have to do Tuesday because NXT, that's their little plea. And the New Year's Evil. Then we're going to be doing the Dynamite watch along on Wednesday. I will probably do a watch along for Ring of Honor Thursday. Then we're back to Friday, Saturday. And then I'll finally have a day off that Sunday. Yeah, I think she's doing that too, Stampede. I think that she's definitely fleshing out what her heel character should look like. She's more of a professional than a lot of people I've seen in that area. I mean, they're still down there bitching about time off and things like that, and she's working on her character. Now, I got to say, the Ricochet response The Ricochet response from last night, apparently, I don't know if Ricochet even realized it. I don't know if it was intentional, but I threw a post out there just in case it was. But it dawned on me that he showed up in a Carolina blue suit, and Asheville, for the majority of the area there, is mainly a Duke Blue Devil group. So not only did he show up and mess Swerve up, it's important to point out that he did this wearing a Carolina blue suit. And I'm not sure if that had a lot to do with the heat, but it definitely had something to do with it. But we'll find out. I don't know. He hadn't responded to the post I threw out there. Sometimes he does, sometimes he don't. If I'm on to something, I'll let you know tomorrow night or the next night. Sometimes it takes him a while. But we'll see where we're at on that and everything. I'm going to work on the lighting in the background here, and we'll go from there. But, I mean, in all seriousness, I'll have the whole layout done here sooner rather than later. I've ordered some parts. The show is definitely getting a makeover. At least the office area is getting a serious makeover so that we can do all kinds of cool shit. Because 2025 is going to be our year. And I'm intent on that. And in fact, I'm structuring my shoot job to make it where I can bring you what's up. I saw that, Catherine. You are my awesome fan of the week. Or not really fan. We're friends, guys. You're my awesome friend of the week because I know good and well you didn't have to do that. And I really appreciate that. I really do. Nothing but appreciation tonight. Mm. And the mute kicks in at the wrong time. Sorry, I've got a little bit of congestion going on here and it's causing me to like do weird sneezes and shit. I apologize, but we'll get through this. Catherine, just out of curiosity, since you were in Asheville last night, was this Ring of Honor? This Ring of Honor show looks like it was. Never mind. This is more work from. Was this in Asheville from last night, or is this still? I can't tell if it's the. No, this looks like New York. This looks like New York. Never mind. This looks just like New York. Okay, I'm wrong. Champion retains on that one. That was not a bad match. I'd give it a 6.5, but at least you didn't have to cheat to win. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I know the heel is supposed to cheat to win. I know that's part of the show. But the reality of it is you don't have to do it every single time, Roman Reigns. It loses its mystique, bloodline. It really does. It loses it. It loses it. Yeah, see, that's what I just realized, Catherine. When I started looking at the layout of it, I'm like, this is still Hammerstein Ballroom. So this is from the New York trip back at pre-December. So he shot enough footage to cover 2 shows. So basically the Ring of Honor people wind up with 2 weeks off. I got it. I understand. And it's kind of hard to book an episodic show like this because it drags across from a lot of other things. So, but yeah, they're definitely pushing Grand Slam Australia through the roof out here tonight. So I think somebody might have got the memo that they're not talking about this enough. So I hope somebody got the memo for it, and I hope that they understand that, yes, what you need. So, home of the brave. Shane Taylor Promotions cutting a promo. There you go. Shane Taylor trying to cut one. Yeah, 1221 from Hammerstein. Yeah, that's what it is. I just got it backwards. I thought, I sometimes I goof that up. I apologize, but it happens. So, yeah. So they did 2 Ring of Honor matches before Dynamite. Without sharing any spoilers as to who won, who was actually in those Ring of Honor matches? Because I'm curious. Because whoever did the curtain jerking for Dynamite really did their job correctly. That's a fact. So, just out of curiosity, if somebody, I mean, if if it is what it is, but if you can remember who it was, that would be even better because then we get a general idea what we're going to get next week. So, and here comes Leo Rush in action and ready. Tag team match with the Outrunners. That sounds like that could have been fun. Hang tight for a second, folks. I'll be right back in like 30 seconds. Give me like 30 seconds. I want to try something here real quick. Give me like 30, 35 seconds while they're getting down to the ring. Give me about 35 seconds here. We still going to have noise going on so you can hear it. I want to do one adjustment here real quick. I'll be right back. Now, see, that's the one I'm interested in because they got QT Marshall and Commander listed tonight. There we go. I was trying to get some extra light to go back here. Back here, actually. Because I can't dim those things anymore. So I'm just seeing what works, what doesn't work. But see, they got that match listed tonight, Catherine. QT and Commander, they got that one listed. But now this is Hammerstein Ballroom still. That's going to be interesting. I'm going to see how they pull that off to see if that's the actual match they've got on the card or whether they did one up in Hammerstein too. So. That code of honor thing, that's a great setup. See, that's what I'm saying. That's a great setup. That time it worked. There we go. Mm. Big chop from Action Andretti. So let's see how this thing comes together tonight. Let's see what we got going on. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, seriously. All right, let's see some action here, guys. Come on, hop back in the ring. Let's get it going. Tell you what, Leo Rush is becoming quickly one of my favorite wrestlers because this guy right here's got moves that don't exist. There's a lot of people that sleep on Leo Rush, and I don't know why. I've been watching it for a while. I don't know if smacking him in the back of the head was a great idea or not, but oh, Homicide's like, here, hang on, son. Let me show you how this stuff's done right here. So if I had the light over there. Okay, I know what's going on. I got it right. I know what I need to do. We're going to try that tomorrow night and see if everything actually works. That'll be great. Yeah, Leo is a total package, especially for his size and everything else. We just hit 10 viewers. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. If Leo Rush can keep his attitude in check, and I don't even know if half of that's a work or a shoot either, but if Leo Rush can keep his attitude in check, the attitude that's reported, there is absolutely no reason why he can't shine. There's just not. And he's busy. He's a busy guy. I mean, he's going back. He's been in Europe and the West Coast. That shit just keeps on going. You know what I mean? Yeah, Homicide ain't playing. He will mess you up. You don't want to make him mad. That's right. He sure has. Let's see here. I'm gonna tell you what. When Homicide gets the hot tag on this thing right here, it's gonna be on like Donkey Kong for real. I mean, there just ain't even a joke on that. I mean, Homicide just seething to get in there now. I like how he tells stories. Of course, he's an old veteran. Veterans know how to tell stories even when they're not doing nothing. You know, seriously. They know how to tell stories even when they just got stuff. They got skills. That is true. Leo Rush and Action Andretti have this ring cut in half, and they are working their tails off. That is correct too. Yeah, I mean they're. Uh-oh, I hear noise. Let's see here. Leo getting picked up over the top rope there, and whoopsie. Action Andretti, he goofed up just a little bit. Oh, missed it. Didn't miss that one. And Homicide about to get this hot tag right here. He about to go buck wild in this ring. He's in there like, ain't no fun when the rabbit's got the gun here. Have this, have this, have that. Leo Rush just coming in there like, nah, I got you back, man. Uh-oh. So Leo Rush rolls in there and takes a bullet for the team. Pun intended. Uh-oh. Here come the three amigos the way they supposed to be done. That quick release is what makes it work. Three amigos, that's how it's supposed to look. 1, 2, but not enough for 3 because you know action ain't going down off three amigos now. Pause. But you know, you get the idea. Let's see what we got here. Nice. Leo Rush making the save. That would have been good enough for a 3, but you know, Homicide just on a whole nother level, even as a veteran, being as old as he is, he still got the moves. He still moves well. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Homicide still got it. So, but yeah, y'all asked, and I thought about it, and I tried to figure it all out, and I worked all the details out in my mind. Then I broke the schedule down, and I says, all right, this is how it's going to go. This is how it's going to go. And yeah, I mean, it was just like literally, I'm like, okay, we put this New Japan schedule together last minute. So I figured out how to do that. I figured out the logistics of it and everything like that. And I'm like, all right, so we got this schedule down, Pat. We're going to be doing the whole New Japan thing this weekend. I do like Leo and Andretti as a tag team. I love it. But Homicide done got a fork, so dinner must be served. Oh, my goodness gracious. But that's okay. And he sold it. He sold it. Action Andretti, Leo Rush picking up the win off the cheat stuff, but so could it be that we get Action Andretti and Leo Rush as your Ring of Honor tag team champions? I ain't mad at that. Yeah, they got that title shot here. Hey, Catherine, you're going to get to see them against Private Party at Charlotte there on Saturday. So, yeah, be dropping them reports if you can. You don't have to, look, enjoy the show. I appreciate. That's all you ever need to know. I appreciate what you did last night, but I don't want to interrupt your viewing pleasure at the wrestling matches. You know, if you want to pop in there, pop in. But look, I'll be honest with you. When somebody's live at an event, I ain't even trying to hear from them. I don't know why these other podcasters are like, are you at the show? Can you give us information? What, shit you can't get on television already? And of course, we're getting a recap of Final Battle when Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara, which interestingly enough, this AEW being on Max thing's been absolutely phenomenal. That's been a lifesaver. Best money I spent so far. What y'all think of Sammy Guevara as a youngin'? A youngin' on that show. Show number 1, show number 2, some pay-per-views. I mean, Sammy Guevara looked like a little baby getting out there in the ring like that. It's like, damn. So he has matured. You get to actually see his maturity level here. I hadn't seen him with his wife, so I don't know. I don't know the answer to that at all. I ain't seen him with his wife. I've heard that's a problem, but I'll believe it when I see it. Because, you know, what some people manifest as a problem, I manifest as teamwork. My wife helps me with this every day. And when I'm having a down day, she's right there to be like, you know what? You did this, you did that, you did the other. And quite frankly, that is something to me. Now, somebody might say, oh, she's getting too involved in whatever. Well, good. This is a family affair around here. You know, if I need something and my son needs to go get it, he'll go grab it. You know, if I'm sitting here and I need water or something like that, he'll run grab me a water and just walk it over and sit it down on the desk, walk right back out. I mean, this is a family thing. So I don't know. I don't know yet. So the Ring of Honor titles are going to be, yeah, this is good. I'm glad I bought it, guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad I bought it. I'm glad I'll be doing the watch along. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, 3 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, be up till like 6 a.m., then catch a nap and hop up and do the 8 o'clock show. Here comes Harley flipping Cameron. Since they said she'd be in action here, I'm kind of hoping they gave us somebody that's an enhancement talent, you know? We get a little enhancement talent here and let her get a win, please, and thank you. Ashley Vox. She needs about 6 more piercings and that'll be sexy. I'm kidding. Hey, do what you want to do, man. I just like, she needs about 6 more piercings. And gave her a pat on the head. They're natural. You know, I would almost say like what Mercedes talks about with wrestling soulmates, Stampede. They're just some people that work well together. I mean, when it was Loverboy Dennis and Beautiful Bobby, I mean, the Midnight Express clicked. Now, Loverboy Dennis didn't say much, but they worked together. But when it was Sweet Stan and Beautiful Bobby, that team was flat as hell. Still the Midnight Express, you know. Ashley Vox getting her comeuppance again. Put it on her, Harley. Put it on her. This is where you get to put all that skill that you've been put. Oh, she can't get her up. All right, just do it. Adjust your straps and let's do it again. What? Nice high kick. Whoa. Uh-oh, big miss. And the crowd is actually getting into it with a Let's Go Harley chance. Come on, Tony, you know this. This is a no-brainer. That woman maximizes every second that she's on television, and it doesn't matter what she's doing. Put it on her. Big solid drop. Big solid suplex. Not enough for 3. Yeah, no, she's a treasure. She's a treasure. That's all there is to it. What do you mean the little things that Cameron does well? She does everything well. You hand her a mic, she'll cut you a promo. You put her in the ring and say, work with Mercedes Moné. She'll make her look like $1,000,000. One of these days, go in there and win one yourself. I guarantee if she wins this match tonight, it'll be pretty. It won't be sloppy. But every single thing she does has a purpose in the ring. She gets it. And the skill is starting to match, you know. I mean, the light has come on in her head for quite a while. That's not even a joke. What we got here? Hang on one second. Damn. Vox going off here. And she got that bomb in there this time. Not enough for 3. Harley kicks out just at the last second. Oh, big headbutt. Got the hook on her. Not enough for 3. Ooh. Nice insecurity. Reverses on waist locks. Trying to get a German in there. Got her. Game over. Pump handle, and that should just about get her to the pay window right here. The Wizard. And we're off to see the Wizard. Harley Cameron picking up the win. Hell yeah. That was a good match, too. There we go. I know. It's real quiet. I'm trying not to say anything. I know Georgia was on the ropes when I walked by there the last time. Feel bad for them. I think they ought to win, but, it's just me. That's how I feel about it. She's going to make sure she shakes her hand. Oh, no. All right. Yeah, Harley Cameron picking up a win. Holy shit. But yeah, I think what I'm going to wind up doing for the streams for New Japan, I think what I'm going to be able to do is pipe audio in there so that we can actually hear the matches for those people who tuned in, like when we did the World's End thing. And they were like, well, we don't have access to it, so we just like to hear it if we can. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have that set up for New Japan. And yeah, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a really good time. We're going to have fun. It's going to be 3 o'clock in the morning, but damn it, we are going to have fun. Legit Layla Hirsch calling out Red Velvet. And we got Shane Taylor Promotions making their way to the ring right now. Hang on one second here. Let's see what we got going on. All right, we got that big 6-man tag coming up right now. Is it the 6-man tag? Yeah, it's that big 6-man tag I got down here in the bottom corner. Right here. Well, shit, I suck at pointing these things. I'm not good with a camera, so I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. And the Iron Savages making their way to the ring. Because you absolutely know that everybody wants to go to Titty City right there. You just know it. I mean, there's some things that are just okay. And I guess if everybody likes it, oh yeah, no, I'm not going to broadcast their show. I'm just going to have some audio going in the background just so you can hear it. I'm not going to broadcast any video. Nothing at all. No, 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 no. The only time I will broadcast video is during regular AEW television shows. Nothing that's special or any of that. So I'm not going to even be broadcasting video for Collision. When they go back to regular Dynamites, then I'll do it. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to let that one out of the bag. I just don't. I don't. That's an 8-man tag. I'm sorry. I can't even count tonight. I'll be better tomorrow, trust me. We were overwhelmed with stuff today. Let's see here. They are pitching Revolution for March 9th. We're definitely going to be in there for that one. So, yeah, we'll be real careful. We'll be real careful on everything from that standpoint. I'm just going to be enjoying it being 3:00 in the morning, and me figuring out who stays up to watch this stuff is going to be great. You know, that's going to be the cool part of it. We did some, actually, I did a long stream not too long ago where we did like multiple shows in one day on a Saturday. You know, we closed out with GCW in Hawaii, which was just wild. This is like 4:00 in the morning when I went to bed, and I'm just like, guys, that's it. We're done. Here's my closing. Have a good one. Boop, gone. It's going to be winding up being a little bit like this too. Catching that show at 3 in the morning, and then running that till 6 or 7 in the morning, then hopping out at 8 in the evening to do another show, and then 11 p.m. the night after. This is going to be a crazy schedule I got to work, but you know, hey, it is what it is. There's Jennifer. What's up, Jenny? There we go. Now I got my buddy in here. So yeah, it's good stuff. Right now, Jennifer, we're worried about going to Titty City here, just so you know. That's one of the gimmicks going on with this Ring of Honor group here. That is actually a thing. So it's a bunch of dudes and like it's crazy. I wish I could explain it more thoroughly, but you know, hey, is what it is. Yep, they about to take Lee Moriarty to Titty City. Here comes another one. It's like gasoline and chocolate. It's horrible. Double body slams. I wish this would go away, but you know, there's some fans that dig it. So there we go. Whew. What a flippin' day. Uh-oh. That's right. We got that 8-man warfare going on right now. There we go. What we got, what we got, what we got. Oh, wow. People sharing stuff. I appreciate that. I'm just now seeing all this stuff. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, we it's always a good thing to watch Shane Taylor start decking some of these dudes because they need it. So I'm wondering how long this match is going to go because it's like 8 people that's got to get their shit in at some point in time. Yeah, this is Jennifer. This is one of those unique situations here where they have unique gimmicks, and it's just weird. Some of them are weird, some of them are cool. It happens. You know, it is what it is. There we go. Double backbreaker from infantry. Not enough for 3 because it's broken up by the door quarter. Door quarter, Iron Savages going at it. Nice shot. Oh! Now that was innovative. That was actually innovative, guys. I like that. Lights, tags, action. Here we go. I definitely want to see Lee Moriarty defend that Pure Championship again. That was an exciting match to watch. That was actually a pretty damn good match to watch. I enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie, it was great. So I'd like to see another title defense on that one. If there's anything I would like to see, that's something that I'm definitely just brainbuster. That was not enough for 3, though. Nice shot. All right, let's see if the infantry can get it together here. Apparently not. I'm going to go with no. I'm gonna choose no for 500. So just letting you know, that was that now we got cue the meat chance. Boy, he laid some lumber on that one. Big power slam. Big power slam on that one there. I was going to say that might hurt. 1, 2, but not enough for 3. Hey, Deb, what's up, buddy? Good New Year evening to you too, buddy. We got everybody in the house tonight. I'm liking that new through the ropes, through the bottom rope to the floor thing. I'm liking it when they do that. That's, just talking about little things they do outside the match that sell the match. I'm starting to really like that move. I hope they don't burn it in the ground by everybody doing it, but I'm starting to like it a little bit. See here. Uh-oh, grabbed a leg. Big high knee. Big high knee. Double curb stomp. Solid kicks all the way around. Let's see what we got here. That should do it. Yeah, he's got to do it. Uno taps out. I was talking about that, Dev. I was actually talking about that with some of my buddies over at Covalent here a little bit earlier tonight. I'm sure he can go to Ring of Honor for a little while, but that's after they get him in there and they get him built back up, because he was doing business. I mean, he quit working with TNA several months ago, and he's been doing a lot of business out there. And I mean, I think if Catherine can remember as well, I remember he wrestled Shelton Benjamin at WrestleCade and ate a pin. I haven't seen him win a match on an event in 6 months. So what I would like to do in the real world and in the perfect world is I'd like to get him into AEW, get him about 4 or 5 squash matches, get his name up big there, then send him to Ring of Honor. I think that probably wouldn't be a bad idea, but he definitely needs to get some W's, because at AEW they care about wrestling, they care about winning, they care about losing. So he needs to get his W's up a little bit. Once he gets his W's up, then I'm open to him I'm open to him competing into the ROH title picture, but they need to have him on the main show for a little while, picking up wins and not losses. Because, I mean, he lost to Takeshita one night and lost to somebody else the one previous night. So that was 2 losses at Maple Leaf Pro. He lost at New Japan. He lost at the actual last match I saw, he lost. And that wasn't even a pay-per-view. I mean, he's been losing them left and right. So I think they need to build him up. Yeah, that's the rumor, but I don't think they could have him go over. I think Switchblade Jay White's going to get that thing. I really do. I think Switchblade's going to close this one right out. That's my theory. Once again, we're getting a recap of Lexi Nair getting kicked out of MIT. So there's that too. Lexi just doesn't know what she's going to do with herself on that one. Poor Lexi Nair. I thought it was kind of hilarious, actually. I thought it was a pretty damn good storytelling situation right there. He's definitely going to bring some intrigue to it, I can tell you that, because I think if anybody can match Okada's style, Mike Bailey can do that. I've watched him wrestle enough now to know that he is the real deal, and I know he's doing business right now. But, hey, I think he's going to kill it. I guess we'll be calling that one the C3. And then the jokes just write themselves. I mean, can you imagine? Just give it a minute here. Just let this sink in for just a second. And you definitely heard this one here first because I kept this one to myself. Imagine next year we're doing the Continental Classic and they're calling it the CP3. And then for all the losers, the people who actually lose their matches, you could have the C3PO section. Yeah, I mean, the original one was the Continental Classic. And this one here was Continental Classic 2. Next year is going to be Continental Classic 3. The jokes just write themselves. See, you have that loser segment at the end of it where people talk about, I'm going to get better, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do the other. And you can call it the C3 pissed off section or C3PO. The joke just writes itself. That's the kind of creative I'm looking forward to, or I hope that I get to see at AEW next year or this coming year. Because there is just too many good things you can do with a Continental Classic this coming year. I mean, it just especially with Warner Brothers, with Warner Brothers connection with having Star Wars and all that, that would be silly classic right there. So I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm thinking about tweeting on it here in a little bit. It was something that came to mind earlier today when we were talking about the Continental Classic. Mike Bailey's name came up again. You're not the first person, but it's definitely, when I hear it over and over again, the first thought that cropped into my head is that section that they have where the people lost and they're talking about how they're going to do better and all that. You could have it as the C3PO section, and I think it just writes itself. And I don't think they'd have a problem getting a little bit of a rub from Warner Brothers since they basically own the rights to that movie. I know Disney owns Star Wars, but I'm just saying it'd just be hilarious to pull that off. Yeah, we're gonna try not to force it. I mean, literally, the jokes just write themselves this time. I mean, they really do. And I think if Tony Khan wanted to be clever, that would be something. He could hit Disney up and say, look, I want to do this section. And since you're going to be playing Star Wars movies and all that shit during the time that I'm running the Continental Classic, I'm just wondering if we could do that. And I don't think Disney's going to fight him that hard. But, I mean, seriously, it would be friggin' hilarious. So we got Willow Nightingale and Athena going at it in a backup match from Ring of Honor a while ago. Got a crucifix. Fisherman. Not enough for 3. I mean, I know Disney owns Star Wars. I'm just thinking about how it would be. I know he is, too. I know he is. I mean, seriously, that's just like I said, the jokes just write them freaking selves. I mean, it's not even hilarious. It's not even that was an easy one for me. It really was. It was an absolute easy one for me. I didn't even have to think about it, It's just it's one of those things I did not have to think about. It just wrote itself while I was talking, you know? So, I mean, that's just something to keep in the back of your mind there. Let's see here. See here a second. Give me 1 second here. Give me just a second here, guys. Exactly. I mean, this just hilarious. I mean, the jokes just start killing themselves after a while. And if it, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would be Tony Khan. It would be Tony Khan. This is epic. We have a chance to actually make something that would make drones literally seethe for the rest of the year just thinking about it. A second here. I mean, Willow and Athena right here are putting on a classic for sure. I'm glad they showed this because I'll be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen it. You know, see here. Let's see here. Yeah, I got that out live tweeted. That would be hilarious. The Millennium Falcon arrow. That would be hilarious. I live tweeted that. If anybody wants to jump on there and share it, I think that would be fucking hilarious. I just don't see why. It just dawned on me while I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, wow, that would actually work and it would be hilarious. So, I mean, get it out there. There we go. Not enough for 3 on that. That was good, though. I know they say on the website they don't accept unsolicited stuff, and if they do accept it, I relinquish the rights to it. Hey, I relinquish the rights to that. It would be funny just to just to between Athena and Willow, I'm gonna go with Willow, but I don't think either one of them. I see how the world title picture is shaping up for AEW. Of course, I don't see how it's shaping up for Ring of Honor yet because once they do take that title off Athena, are they going to have Billy Starks do a long run? Or, I mean, how's that even going to work? I mean, you've been a champion for like 2-3 years. Ooh, nice. Not enough for 3. This is actually a pretty damn good match. Between Athena and Willow, I would have to go with. They need to pick it back up with Willow because Willow is like the ultimate face. And it's very rare that you get good face champions. And she did really, really, really well with the TBS title. For the short time that she had it, she did a really damn good job with it. And even the match that she, basically dropped the title to Mercedes was a match of the year contender, to be honest. So I think at some point in time, I would have to say Willow gets there before Athena, but that's just me. I don't know. I think Athena really, really works in that particular scenario, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see. I wonder how many people. Catherine, that would be sad because there would probably be a lot of people who would sit there and go, I'm never watching Star Wars again. They're working AW in the mud, AW in the mud, AW in the mud. I'm never watching Star. Like I said, though, when I put that together and I threw that out at y'all, I mean, seriously, the jokes were already writing themselves in my head. And then he comes back with the Millennium Falcon arrow. I'm like, oh my God, that would be, Can you imagine the meltdown the internet would have if Tony Khan pulled that off? I mean, can you honestly imagine the meltdown that would go on with that? I mean, seriously, guys. So, I mean, with that said, I mean, I threw the tweet out there. If you guys want to start posting it and sharing it and something like that, maybe it'll pick up some groundswell. Just because it just screams that would be fucking hilarious to me. I'm not even playing. Oh, that's right. I forgot. TNA's running tonight, too. And there ain't no way in the world, I forgot TNA was even running the show tonight, and there's no way I'm doing a double watch along and trying to keep up with 2 shows at one time like that. Nah. They are really telling a good story in the ring about that, Oh, that would be hilarious. CPO. Oh God, that just But just see, if they ran their first one in 2 years, they could run this back again. You could have the C3PO section for, the women's division. That would just, you could actually do this twice if you think about it. Missed with the hip attack. Obliteration. Yeah, exactly. Statlander brings her alien gimmick back, and I mean, it's just there's just so much cool shit you could do with this. And Willow still kicks out. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, Stampede. I think Willow gets over long before Athena does because she's done all the heavy lifting. In my estimation, my humble opinion, Willow has definitely done the heavy lifting for the women's division in AEW when they had so many things going on, like when Julia Hart gets injured. I mean, Willow just stepped in there and did all of Julia Hart's heavy lifting, and that was not an easy feat because they had a whole bunch of story running. I did see that far. That's the whole thing about it. It's just, Willow has done a lot of flipping heavy lifting for that division, and if they're going to put the title between her and Athena, it's between her and Athena, it's not even a question to me. But I always try to give Athena a little bit of love because it takes an awful lot of faith from your promoter to keep a title on you for 2+ years. That's a lot of faith from your promoter, so she's earned it. But yeah, I don't see her beating Willow to the punch. I just don't. That too, yes. Athena's streak versus Mercedes' streak is because while we were talking about that in one of the spaces the other day, it's like it comes out that Mercedes winds up being champion through October. Athena pops in and puts it on her, and then Athena grabs the TBS title and runs with it. That leaves room for Willow to be a world champion, and that also puts the title on Athena on the main roster. Yeah, it's a given. She's doing some more work in Japan. We're going to be seeing her on the 4th or the 5th. I can't remember which one it is, but we'll be seeing her on the 4th or the 5th working the New Japan show. And it's looking pretty inevitable that that's how it lands. I don't disagree with that landing right there at all. It makes sense. Now, would I like to see... I would like to see Mercedes struggle at some point in time. I'd like to see how her character handles a little bit of struggling, like what Will Ospreay's going through right now with the losses he's been picking up and so on and so forth. It would be interesting to watch Mercedes struggle because that's the hardest story to tell in wrestling. Because everybody knows this is a sport with a predetermined outcome. Not enough for 3 again. See, and Will Ospreay's already flipping the script on that. But this is, at the end of the day, wrestling is a choreographed sport with a predetermined outcome. It's not fake. Strangely enough, I've been up to the ring. That ring is solid as my floor. So it's not fake from that standpoint. Now, see, I might if I felt like I could just stay up and watch it a little bit more, Stampede, I think I would be in with Stardom. I think I'm going to pick Stardom up next month. That's a good question. See, I don't know. I haven't even looked at it because we were still talking about whether I was going to do the we were still talking about whether I was going to actually do the Wrestle Dynasty, Wrestle Kingdom stream and so on and so forth. So, I mean, I finally got to that part of it. I got all the times researched and everything else, and I didn't like Big Time Bex either. Not enough for 3 on that one, but it was pretty damn close. I never cared for the Big Time Bex character. I didn't care for the man one either because I mean I understand where they were going with it and I get it. Nose broken, bloody as hell. Let's turn it into a gimmick. That's the Vince McMahon thing. Big Time Bex, on the other hand, that was just like what in the model Rick Martel hazy bullshit is this? Okay, I mean that was the one thing that went through my mind almost immediately when I heard Big Time Bex. That was the first character that went through my mind was the model Rick Martel. And I'm like, what in the model Rick Martel bullshit is this gimmick? And make it stop. So yeah, that's not a bad idea, Stampede. Like I said, I don't want to mess up the New Japan stream because I want to be there for that. I have not seen that yet. I've tried to stay out of that fray. I really have, Catherine. I've tried to stay out of that fray. Yeah, Big Time Bex was it was stupid. I mean, I will say the commentary is selling the shit out of this. Commentary is selling the shit out of this. Whoever they had for that commentary crew is who they need to have right now because commentary knew how to sell that thing. Let's see here. All right, so yeah, this is actually the one Catherine saw last night. Yeah, they're doing this. This is the one from Asheville. This is actually from your show last night. The one you were telling me about. Here's QT Marshall coming out, and they just said it was from Asheville. So this is from last night's action. I do like how they've got the ringside barriers set up for the television stuff. I really do. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying, Dev. Everybody's got a preference. I mean, I enjoyed the man a little bit, but the Big Time Bex thing just never really moved me that far. It didn't move the needle for me. That's all it is. That's why I said it's an opinion. You know, when you start talking about character stuff and all that, it's definitely opinions, and everybody's got one. So I mean, that's the whole thing of it. But and it's Werner's favorite guy, Alex the Hype Man. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Deb. The jokes just start writing themselves here. The Death Star writers. I mean, there's just so much you could do with this. It ain't even funny. If Tony Khan did a collab with Disney this year, it would be freaking awesome. And that is an absolute fact right there. That is an absolute fact. See, things come to me like this every once in a while. That's why I like doing these watch alongs. We bounce enough ideas around here, and you come up with something that actually is funny, makes sense. You could book it, and it would piss the WWE drones off, which bonus. And I like WWE. Just some of the fans bother me a little bit. I like the talent in WWE. I don't like the structure. That's all there is to it. I already tweeted the main tweet, so yeah, go for it. I mean, this is hilarious because when you think about it, it's just perfect. I mean, the shit just keeps writing itself. But yeah, I threw that live tweet out there because I'm like, you know what? This is funny. I'm going to tweet it right now. Every once in a while, I'll do a live tweet just for kicks and giggles. But yeah, I mean, there's just so much you could do with this. It wouldn't even be funny. I mean, it would be almost sad hilarious at this point. I mean, there's just no other way to put it together. Yeah, Thunder Rosa coming out there with a Darth Maul makeover. I mean, are you kidding me? If they did like a Star Wars theme thing like that, I mean, it would be absolutely hilarious. There's just no other way around it. There is just zero way around it. It's hilarious. I think it would be funny. Marshall getting a big boot in there on Commander. I think this is the main event for them. So, I mean, that tells me the beautiful thing about the Ring of Honor show is there's absolutely zero commercials and they just fly right through. Anything that AEW does or Ring of Honor does is usually the fastest 1, 2, 3, or 4 hours on television. And if people gave it a fair shot, I mean, you don't even realize how fast this stuff is going. I mean, it is like me, it's just not even it feels like 20 minutes ago we just got started. And we're almost an hour and a half into this thing. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with their pacing. Their pacing is phenomenal. I don't understand why people complain about that. But then again, people are going to complain just for the sake of complaining. 90% of that's people going to complain just for the sake of complaining. And that's the bottom line. And we like Sari for that one, don't we, Stampede? Who knew Alex the Hype Man was a feet dude? I'm kidding. A handful of mask as he slammed him down like that. Yeah, we like Sari for that one, I think, don't we? Even though it might be Yatami. We like Sari for that. I just haven't gotten seriously. Yeah, no, they don't seem their fan base seems to like very, very orchestrated. We know how this is going to go. And to be honest with you, if you look down ringside, excuse me, And you see some of those guys down there calling the matches, they're calling it straight off a script. So the only advantage that WWE has doing things like this right here is you can script it all out, and your ring announcers are on the right page 90% of the time, 95% of the time. There's always that 5% where, like Michael Cole says something really stupid and has to be corrected mid-comment and say, no, it's not that, it's this. But other than that, I mean, they pretty much just read it. I'm only interested in that match on Monday, Dev. The only interest I've got in that match right there is if Rhea loses, I'm thinking that maybe she didn't sign yet. That's the only thing. And I don't understand what everybody thinks is going to be the holdup if Rhea wins the title, because it ain't like, it ain't like Liv is out there defending it on television every damn week. So it's not like people had a chance to begin with, at least for TV time. So the only thing I'm thinking of right now is if Rhea does not win that title on Monday, that her contract status is up in the air. And I don't care what anybody says about that. People are reporting it, but WWE is not reporting it. I went back to check, too, when we had that conversation. I went back over 6 months on WWE's site, and they're not confirming it. If she did sign, they're not confirming it at all. So they are never going to end that story, because WWE right now, and I know a lot of people keep saying it's the hottest thing right now and so on and so forth, but they are just, not only are they recycling programs now, they're recycling formats as well. If it works on one show, they'll recycle it to the next one and the next one and the next one until it burns out. So, I mean, that's why I'm thinking it's going to wind up being Jade Cargill hurt Jade Cargill, because the shit worked on NXT. I said that the other night during the NXT watch along that, this thing works so well in NXT. And I'd like to see that happen too, Dev. The problem is I think there's some traction to her going down to NXT and popping that thing on Roxanne. There's a lot of interest in them doing that. Why? I have no earthly idea, because it's a step back. It doesn't matter how you categorize it. But there's a lot of steam going, no pun intended here. But there's a lot of steam and a lot of traction for the idea of Tiffany taking that thing down to NXT and cashing on Roxanne. Reason being is none of their Super 3 here. I mean, Giulia's probably as close as it can get right now. But the Super 3, no, actually, I'll take that back. Stephanie Vacour is the closest they've got between the three big hires they got in the women's division right now. I just don't see them getting that WWE format down pat anytime soon, because instead of going to the colleges with the NIL program, they went and picked up people who are actually used to damn fighting. So that is going to be 90% of their uphill battle getting those three ladies over, because, they seem to play well on NXT, and then you watch them the next week, and it's like, what did y'all learn? It's like, it seems to me like they get to a point and then they just, all right, forget this noise, we out. That's just typically the way it's been here the last little bit. Uh-oh. Double springboard. Canadian Destroyer, Tequila Destroyer, Beer Destroyer. That wouldn't be a bad idea either, Dev. That would at least add something to it, and that would go ahead and let Julia know how her next 3 years is going to go. I ain't arguing with that. That would definitely let her know how the next... Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. You're not... But at least out of that, though, Stampede, Julia would get a slap in the face as to what they actually think of her. Well, QT Marshall outlasted Commander for the title shot, so it ended in a time limit draw. Some good moves in there, though. Good move sets. Damn good move sets between the two of them. So just to get this straight here, are we used to, or just to be straight here, are we used to Ring of Honor being like an hour and a half show, hour 45, just to make sure I don't miss anything here? I'm thinking yes, because that's how it was last week, and there go the credits. So obviously, this is the end of the show. This is absolutely the end of the show, and of course, that'll be the end of the show tonight. We are definitely going to be back tomorrow night for a SmackDown watch along. And like I said, Saturday morning at 3 a.m., we will be live with Wrestle Dream 19 coming from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Then Saturday evening, 8 o'clock, we're going to be doing the Collision watch along, followed up by Sunday evening at 11 o'clock for Wrestle Dynasty, where all hell will break loose. But we're going to have fun doing this stuff. We're going to have fun the whole way. We had 16 viewers tonight. That's more than I was expecting, honestly, for a Ring of Honor show. But hey, it's all good. And then I realized TNA's running the show too. So, but I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here now because I got some stuff I need to get done for the rest of the shows I'm doing this weekend. Going into Monday, unfortunately, because now I'm looking at Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Something's going to have to give. I'm not sure it's going to be the Ring of Honor show, but we'll figure it out when we get there. We'll see how we do it because I like doing the Ring of Honor stuff. Yeah, I need to do a power nap for that before that Japan show. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to be live. We're going to be kicking it out here. We're going to be going over that watch along and everything else. But for now, I want to thank everybody for being here. Obviously, I know I've said that before, but I can't thank people enough. Some people can't thank them at all. I can't thank them enough. But we appreciate it. We always appreciate it. Your presence and not your presence is the important thing to the show. But with that said, we will definitely see you tomorrow night. So I want to wish everybody a good evening, good night, God bless, and good night, America, wherever you are. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow.